was homeless when I applied, and essentially I was looking for a job that had career aspects to it, and obviously looking at Utilize and the Just IT side, it meant that I could actually work my way up through a career ladder and I could progress. And it was really important to me that I wasn't stuck in a dead-end job. I wanted to move to a company that had so much growth and potential around it. And obviously with Utilize, they're constantly growing. Just IT offers the apprenticeship, and obviously I've even looked into the third ones that you offer, and that's something that I consider continuing to do, so I can just continue to learn. I tried university, it just wasn't for me. There was no structure to it. I needed something that was more structured, where I had my meetings in place. I knew I'd be in the same place 9 to 5. I'd be able to do the work that was all laid out in such a great way that I knew I actually knew what I was working towards. When I obviously first walked through the doors and I was hired, my background was in computer science. I could code, but I did not have a clue what I was to expect being up on a service desk. And the Just IT side is phenomenal with giving the information that I need, and then Utilize is great at giving me the practical outlet to experience it. And the thing is that sometimes the things we learn aren't directly in our job role, but it's great because everyone's so friendly that you can go to someone whose job role it is to deal with that and speak to them and actually ask them how it all plans out. So recently we've been doing disaster recoveries, and I've been able to actually speak to the team who kind of plan them, test them and deal with them, to ask how that is kind of handled. But yeah, it's things like, I had a customer service background in retail, but I had no idea how to apply it to a service desk, and kind of being taught that through Just IT, that's been great to learn. And obviously just learning how things are actually applied in the business, it's great because it's all things that I would never have been able to have figured out if I'd just been put on a service desk. So it's really important that I learn both, and they both go hand in hand with the kind of knowledge side and then the technical side as well.
So I've been in an apprenticeship now for coming up to 5 months, and it's crazy the skills that I've learned. If you had asked me 6 months ago to do something as simple as log on to a server safely, would not have had a clue. Whereas now with kind of the Utilize training, and then with the troubleshooting tools that we've been taught in Just IT, I mean, my A-level in computer science, I could have told you the components of a motherboard and what they're done, but not in the detail that I've been taught in Just IT. And the skills that I've picked up have been crazy, whether that be, how to effectively communicate bad news to a customer, or whether that's, the troubleshooting issue that they're having. It's been so wonderful to be able to just apply them skills in real world situations, which is something I really find you don't get in classrooms. And it's a shame because you have the knowledge, but I don't necessarily know if you have the skills with it. And that's why doing the apprenticeship's phenomenal. Project-wise, there hasn't been much so far. It's just kind of been my apprenticeship work project. It's great because I look back at it and I'm like, oh, well, I knew how to do that. It's easy, I do that daily. Whereas again, if you asked me 6 months ago, I would not have had a clue what I was talking about. My biggest achievement is the confidence that I've gained, because I feel like I can walk into this building now and be like, I know what I'm doing. I know my way around, the service desk. And I just feel so much more confident. And, it's such a joy, because again, if you'd asked me in September what I was planning to do versus now, I didn't have a clue in September. I'd just been made homeless. I was really struggling. I didn't even know where I was going to live. And then obviously now I feel safe, I feel secure. I've got this job opportunity in these job roles that's insane, and I was the first female back on the service desk in 2 years at Utilize, and it's kind of a bragging right. I feel so proud of myself, because I feel like, well, yeah, I was the first one back. They thought I was good enough for their company, And obviously it's great being as well, being with Just IT, I'm the only female in my cohort, and being able to be like, oh, that was my work that was being used as the example. You feel proud because you know what you're working towards is being recognised, and I really do appreciate that, and I think that's what I'm most proud of. I would 100% recommend apprenticeships to anyone, honestly, because even though I did do nearly 3 years at university, I do not have the real world skills that I have now in just the 5 months that I've been here at Utilize and on the Just IT Apprenticeship. I mean, it's great. You walk away without the student loans, you earn as you learn, which is obviously such a positive. It's so much more structured, and I think that that's something I appreciate, that you still feel like an adult because you're in the world of work rather than being in school. And yeah, it's one of them things where you can turn around to your friends and go, it's all right, dinner's on me this time, because I'm actually earning money, I've got a career job, I've got prospects. And it's great because while you earn this qualification, you can also say, well, on top of that, I've got 16 months experience in apprenticeships. I'd rave about them. I rave about them to anyone and everyone. So women in tech, it's such a shame to see it so lacking. And, I will always throw the question out, why are job roles gendered, especially, in today, 2025. And if there was a female out there who's asking whether they should be a part of an apprenticeship, if they should go into tech, absolutely. Trust your skills, be confident, walk in there, because the thing is that you know how to turn on a PC, if you know how to write that line of code, if you know what the basics are, then the rest can be taught. As long as you're eager and willing to learn, anyone can take part in an apprenticeship, especially women. I recommend that they just move out of their comfort zone, because again, there are these kind of sexist and misogynistic issues that we can face. But the thing is that you walk in there like you own the room, like you know everything, you will come to learn everything. And as long as you've got that willingness, absolutely, you can do whatever you want to.